10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Is it delayed? No. Yes. Hi, this is Lori.
This is Peter.
And we're with Action Heroes LA, and we started this recording, and a phone call came through. And usually I would ignore it if it was like a spam call, but our aunt was calling.
That's
anyway,
right.
We're here with another review. This one of
Monkey Man,
which came out a couple months ago, in theaters. It's kind of the first movie this year I was interested in seeing.
Yes.
I almost got to the theaters to see it, but ended up, stuff happens. Ended up watching it at home when it was available for stream at home. Anyway, it's
I didn't want to see it.
You didn't want to see it, okay?
I thought it was this strange thing, and I thought it was going to be Planet of the Apes.
Okay. Which also came out this year, another one. No, but I wanted to see it because Dev Patel has been making some interesting movies. His last movie we watched was, I can't think, The Green Knight, which we talked
really
about.
Enjoyed
Yeah,
that.
we really enjoyed. And also Jordan Peele.
Yeah.
Being tied to this, so I was like, okay, and it was getting some interesting buzz. People were saying it was a good movie, so I was ready to find, finally a movie worth going out to the theaters to check out. It sounds like. But anyway, so Monkey Man, but it's having the Jordan Peele connection kind of flipped my expectations.
Totally threw me off.
Yeah, I was not, I guess, when you hear Jordan Peele, you think horror. And I've heard this movie was kind of brutal and graphic. So I'm thinking going in that direction. And it really isn't a horror movie at all. It's a vengeance tale. I also heard comparisons to John Wick, too. But I am not the John Wick expert. I still haven't sat through one of those movies.
Well, I didn't hear any of those things.
Okay.
But
so you didn't want, you said... you weren't interested.
I wasn't really interested in seeing it.
Did you see the trailers? And
No.
more? Oh, you hadn't heard about it.
I hadn't heard about it at all.
Okay, hadn't heard about it at all.
To that point, I thought Monkey Man was going to be Cocaine Bear.
Cocaine Bear on Planet of the Apes, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But, so, you thought it was going to be like a comedy. Which Jordan Peele?
No, I just thought it was not going to be good at all.
Okay. I haven't seen Cocaine Bear. I heard it's worth a laugh. But anyway, so getting back to it's a story of vengeance. It's about caste. It's about India culturally.
Okay.
It's about spiritual community and devotion, and so what did you think?
I thought it could have been the next Marvel movie.
You thought it could have been the next Marvel movie. Why is that?
Because in how I was looking at it, he was a superhero can get.
I don't think so. I disagree, kind of.
Really? I thought he was superhero-esque.
Really? Superhero. Yes. I think I would have expected that kind of going in just because it's an action movie kind of thing. I didn't think that at all because he doesn't really have superpowers.
Neither does Batman.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the only superhero without superpowers practically. I'm sure there's other. But yeah, it was, it's a story. He's, as a kid, he and his mom live in this village. They're kind of like poor, happy. And a corrupt police officer comes, tries to evict them from their village, ends up massacring everybody. So the village can be taken over by this rich and famous spiritual guru so he can build his spiritual community.
Yes.
And so Dev Patel's character grows up. The character's name is Kid. You know who else's character's name was Kid? Or the Kid?
Oh,
wow.
Billy?
No. 40th anniversary coming up and he's...
Oh, you mean Skip?
Skip, yeah. Prince and Purple Rain. Anyway, it always comes back to Prince with us. But no, so he grows up he's got a job fighting in this underground boxing ring and get the shit beat out of him for money. And he loses, but he wears a monkey mask.
Yes.
And
Monkey Man.
There's more to it too. But he discovers this club where the corrupt police official is a regular. So he talks his way into a job there so he can plan to assassinate this guy.
Much like Catwoman in the new
The Batman. Oh. Yeah, that's kind of hadn't thought about that. Yeah. But these things were probably being developed at the same time because you can't say one was taken off the other. No. So anyway, he attempts the assassination. He gets in a position enough to get close to this guy. He attempts and it fails miserably. And one of the things, and this is why I don't think of it as a Marvel movie, is like he's terrible. Usually with a superhero, they're like, they're fighting, they're beating up. It's really efficient, it's clean, it's highly choreographed, with all these special moves and stuff. And there's none of that. He's just clumsy as, anybody just growing up and decides that.
Well, see, I don't think he was clumsy. I thought he was very smart.
But he's not superhero. He's planning it, but it's more of a realistic fight that happens.
Okay, I shouldn't have said Marvel. I should have said DC.
They're realistic. No, it's the choreography is more it's clumsy. It's not super sleek fight scenes. For this initial, his initial attempt.
I thought it was more real.
Exactly, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
It was more real.
Yeah.
And stuff, and so and it's some things it doesn't look pretty.
Yes.
Yeah, and I appreciated that. I was like, oh wow, they're not going the Hollywood way. Would have all this stuff.
Yes.
Even if he did, he ends up failing in this assassination attempt, getting injured, and this religious community rescues him. And nurses him back to health, and also gives him another sense of purpose. And he starts training to. This is the most interesting training sequence because this guy in the religious community is playing a tabla drum, the Indian drum, and that's what he's training to. And
so it really got out of the Rambo.
Yeah, it went from vengeance to being this kind of a spiritual thing. And so now he's fighting not just to avenge his mother's death, and that's something he also kind of confronts when he gets to this religious community, but to kind of protect this community and the true spiritual. I thought it was okay, these are the true spiritual people, not this rich guy who's, all over the place and, he's...
Okay, so he's not Bruce Wayne. Rich guy training. He's Bruce Dagger, the other guy that's in the alley and.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
Well, he's a non-factor, but
okay.
But he's there doing it.
Okay, so Dev Patel, he trains, he gets all fit, he actually goes back to the fighting ring, and he has this one guy who worked at the club with him.
Yeah.
They bet money on, because he used to lose fights on purpose.
Right.
And then they place a bet, has a guy place a bet on the fight to win, so they get some money. He would really. Yeah, he's back. He's fighting. He's got a white monkey mask on, which I'll get into later, because there's this whole mythological kind of angle to this.
Yeah, and he was Kimba Monkey.
So, he comes, he gets his revenge. He does go back and kills the police dude and the spiritual guru. And this time, says he's trained and he's fighting for a purpose. Then you have the more John Wick type of fight scenes and things like that. The more stylish and that's at the end. But he worked his way up to doing that. That's what I'm kind of appreciating.
But I like this guy.
You like this guy. Yeah. I'm with you. The movie was okay. It reminded me of like 80s action movies, like Michael Mann kind of stuff, the way it was filmed, the grittiness of it, the look, you know. So, and I know there's a comparisons to John Wick. I can't really talk to that because still haven't seen a John Wick movie. I still haven't, other than a few minutes here and there.
Yeah.
So,
but the 429 Mustang, that ain't it.
That ain't it?
It's wrong.
Oh, was there a Mustang in this that I didn't notice?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And it was supposed to be a Boss 429, and it's not.
It's not. Uh-oh. What? Uh-oh. Mustang check. Now I gotta ask. What was it?
It was a 351 Mustang at the best.
Okay. Well, I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And the thing is, they should have just said it was a Mach 1. And
didn't Farrah Fawcett drive a Mach 1 on Charlie's Angels?
That was a Mustang too.
Oh, okay. I remember she had a Mustang.
I had one of those.
Yeah.
And I dropped another engine in it and
made it something.
Yeah, but Mustang 2s were pretty much nothing.
Okay. Well, that's Mustang talk for this movie review.
Yes.
So what I want to get back to, kind of one of the things that I was a little excited about was this whole mythological character. Because they talk the story of the Monkey Man as it relates to like Indian myth, Hinduism.
Yes.
The mythology section, it introduces that. But I don't know, and this is maybe what I missed out of the story. I mean, they do bring it in, like, you know, when he gets into the religious community. But there wasn't enough explained to me, the connection for me to kind of like really kind of latch on to this movie. I suppose if you're Indian from that country, from that culture, this movie may go over better for you than this. But
I don't know. I'm not, but man, did I like this movie.
You liked it?
Yes.
It was okay for me, but I don't feel compelled to like watch it again or own
That's
it.
true.
Or
That's true.
it was, you know, it's like, okay, that was interesting. And usually I love mythological stuff like this, like when they throw a little myth guy in there. I love that kind of stuff. But yeah, this one I didn't get the connection because I didn't understand enough about it, the culturally thing, I think. And I'm thinking I would love to know if anybody else who does understand it culturally, like, oh my God, that was amazing. It's like Black Panther, like is a really just kind of a mediocre superhero movie, except for all the black cultural elements that are stuck into it. You know, so if you weren't part of that culture, you're like, wow, this movie's amazing. But if you're not part of that, it's like, yeah, it's an okay movie. It's an okay superhero movie. That's what I'm getting at.
Right.
So, but I thought it was one of the things like researching this, the character was a Hanuman. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but in Chinese culture, what I'm aware of, there's the Monkey King. So I was wondering if there was any relation to Monkey Man, and they had the little myth in the beginning of it, and the Monkey King, and it turns out
Monkey King, the next thing.
They've already done it. There's tons of Monkey King movies in Asia, but Hollywood.
Yeah, there's no Disney one.
No,
not yet.
no. The Hollywood and Jackie Chan and Jet Li did a movie called The Forbidden Kingdom, where Jet Li plays the Monkey King. But anyway, no, and Monkey King is huge in like Asian culture. It's huge. So it's interesting to note that.
So was Kimba.
But the Hanuman, this Monkey Man, did influence the Monkey King, so that there's like a direct line in that, like. There's also like Kung Fu was the establishment of Kung Fu was a monk from India who came to like Asia and taught them how to meditate and to do yoga, so they wouldn't, when they're sitting and meditating all that time, that's to loosen up. And that developed into kung fu. So there's all this kind of cross cultural, and that's your nerdy history mythology lesson from Laurie today. So anyway, I thought that was fun for me. That was a fun little tidbit for me.
It was a fun movie.
Yeah, well,
I enjoyed it.
It
was nothing I had thought it might be.
Mm-hmm. There was no horror because I thought Jordan Peele, there might be and I kept hearing now it's kind of gritty and gruesome, which it's a little gritty, but I don't know if it's any more violent than any other movie out there, So there is no horror in this. It is straight kind of vengeance action movie with religious and cultural themes.
Yeah, he was very much a male Catwoman.
A male Catwoman. I was going to say, what is a male Catwoman? Like, there's no cow and bull and cats. Anyway, so yeah, it was okay. I thought it was okay. I was hoping to love it more, considering the themes and the people involved. But like I said, I don't really feel compelled to watch it again or like really say, oh, you have to see this.
Yes.
It was kind of like, it wasn't a bad evening to spend, and I can see this being more like a deeper movie for somebody who is more connected to that culture and what it's trying to say, because there's, it's talking about caste, you have the super rich and upper class, and they're just bowling over the, just pushing aside and running over and massacring the lower class and things like that. And it's he's coming up from the lower class and fighting for his class, his caste, and winning. So I can see that being a very big thing. Although it's interesting that Netflix was going to pick up this movie, but they thought it might have been too gritty for Indian audiences. Because it's more Hollywood gritty, because we let's go back to RRR, which is more fun, and maybe that's what it's more in line of what typically Indian action movies is. This is more, like I said, reminding me of 80s Michael Mann type of action. And
maybe they didn't have enough dancing in it.
They didn't have enough dancing in it. It's not enough song and dance routines. Even one, even if it's just one, you gotta have one. But anyway, that's Monkey Man. Any final thoughts about it?
Well, you know what? Now that we've talked about it, I would like to see it one
You want to watch
time.
it again? Okay. You can go ahead. No, it's not. It's worth checking out, I think. And so check it out. Let us know your thoughts. I don't know where it's going to be available for streaming. I think you can rent it right now. And watch it at home, and you can probably for cheaper than I did at this point, because I got it as soon as it came available. Anyway, so let us know what you think in the comments, and we out.
We out.
We out.